Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Vets Split 4 for round 2 from the one and only Road Atlanta. 150-kilometre race, 37 laps. I'm John Van Ree. With me in the basement this evening, I've got Mark Dial and Matthew Monday. How are you, gents?
Very well. How are we, boys? And I love what you've done with the improvements in here. Decorating is fantastic, John.
Yeah, I've been taking some guidance from Gunter.
Oh, no.
Just poked on me coffee.
And a big shout out to everybody in the chat too. Already 24, 25 people out there. Good evening, and I hope you didn't choke on your coffee as well.
Just the visions. It's not good.
That's not good, no. And let's have a quick look at the championship, how it stands at the moment. Of course, we did have some penalties come in late last week after the race, post-race penalties, and Mr. Patterson ended up being our race winner and now leads the series for Matty Beale. Matty Monday sitting in equal second along with Jeff Sanford in fourth. Neil Waters, Phil Whiting, John Van Ree, Dave Holly, Steve Luckhurst from Southern Cross Racing, Glenn Boyce, who did finish across the line in first, relegated back to 10th, and then Pickering, Friend, Hall, Watson, Lee, Vaughan Robinson, Anita Buckland, Russell Uren, Dave Baldock and Peter Wilkinson rounded out the top 20 of that. And then, of course, this week we are at the one and only Road Atlanta Raceway, 4.008 kilometres. Starts with the big sweeping turn one, the big right-hander up the hill, where we come over the crest into the third corner, where we then start poking it back down the hill through the S's, sweeping back up through turn 5 over the crest, and then down to 6, where we sweep up into the tight corner at 7, where we pull the car up, and then it's down the long back straightaway, or otherwise known as turn 8 and 9 if you're an American-style racetrack. And then we come down the hill into the famous 10A, 10B corner, and then we come back up over the crest at 11 and then sweep down through 12 into the start-finish straight again. And it is a great little circuit, looking at about a 1:19 lap time, and it is absolutely awesome to drive around. And I think these lads tonight will put on a great show. And speak.
Half as good as last week, so it'll be a cracker.
It will be, I think. We'll see when we get to it. But let's have a quick look at the grid before we get going. And, of course, it didn't get rid of the ticker tape, which it's supposed to. So, of course, we started with Russell Uren from WKMP on pole with a 1:19.165. And then alongside him from Apex Esports League was Brad Hayes. On the second row was last week's race winner, Shane Patterson from Nova Sim Sports, lining up alongside Glenn Boyce from SAR. Jeff Sanford on the third row from Player One, lining up alongside Phil Whiting from Passion Sim Racing in sixth. In seventh was Michael Mills from Mills Motorsports, lining up alongside John Van Reef from WKMP. On the fifth row was Carl Pickering from Pico Industries, lining up alongside Matty Monday from Fishing Motorsports. Dave Holly from Player One back in 11th on the sixth row, lining up alongside Southern Cross Racing's Stephen Luckhurst. And over the page, we had Ross Watson from Misfits Racing Team in 13th, lining up alongside Simon Pitt in 14th. Anita Buckland from Old Mates and Sons was in 15th, lining up alongside my favourite Dutchman, Greg Scholten from Mustangs North Queensland. And then in 17th on the 9th row was Tim Hall, lining up alongside PJM Racing's Phil Marsh. And on the 10th row, we had Gunther von Nordschleife from WKMP, lining up alongside his teammate Dave Baldock from Dave 37 Racing. And on the next row, Peter Wilkinson from Locked On Lads Racing in 21st, lining up alongside Matty Beale, who, of course, is from Player One Sim Racing. And then we've got Tim Vermey from 1MLT in 23rd, lining up alongside Darren Vermey from 1MLT in 24th. Over the page again, we go to Vaughan Robinson from Privateer, another one of our rookies this season, lining up alongside Adam St. John's from Full Bore Racing. 27th, we saw from Team AJR, David Logsdale, lining up alongside, of course, our race director, Chris Blanchard. But Sean Slater was the next man on the grid. Lucas Burt was our safety car driver, and Luke Neal is our other race control person on the grid for us. So it is a reasonably full field, boys.
And welcome, Hoppy.
Yeah, indeed.
Evening, Hoppy.
Evening, Hoff.
Hey, John.
So what we might do is we might get this one started pretty early out of the box, and we might light the wick, boys. What do you reckon?
Yep, let's get it going.
Good idea.
Send it.
A great start from you, Ren. Hayes goes along with him. And then we basically have a bit three abreast down the back a bit more, but the boys filing into turn one. Nice and tidy at the moment. A little bit of movement down the back, boys, holding off Whiting. Whiting already up one spot.
I thought I'd see how it was to go backwards. Try that for something different.
Matty Monday down 3 spots. Michael Mills down 5. So a bit of movement down the back.
Lit him up with the line hard, wet nowhere. Shocking.
Yeah, that's the fishy way. All smoke, no mirrors.
Thank you, I think.
Definitely heading down into turn 6 and 7. They're about to head up the hill is Matty Monday, but it's your Ren through the 7 first, heading down the back straightaway. He's got about 3/10 on Brad Hayes. Shane Patterson sitting back in third. A little bit of a gap. Boyce, Sanford, Whiting, Van Ree tucked up behind, and Pickering. They down the hill for the first time into the 10A, 10B complex. So you ran a little bit slow out of there. It's allowed Hayes to pick up and catch up with him. And Glenn Boyce sitting behind Shane Patterson.
A decent little train there happening already.
Yeah, definitely a decent little train happening. Jump on Sando. Hey, Jeff doing well here. Definitely showing a lot of pace this season. So his second time qualifying in the top 10. Hey, Sanford here. Oh, Boyce is a bit loose.
Oh.
It goes wide out into the grass, loses No spots. So he got away with that.
Geez, that's lucky.
Not a bad drift either, to be honest.
He
Still.
did well.
Looking at 10 style points there.
And Sean Slater a bit further up the back, starting from rear of grid. That's not the start he wanted. And Pickering and Holly down into 10.
Going to get the move done. Just.
Carl on the move. Great little pass there. Sanford into the pit lane. So I'm not sure what he did. I'm assuming going in that early, Sando must have had a jump the start, I reckon.
Yeah, probably the only reason why you would, I would have thought.
So that would be very disappointing with the good start that he had, sitting in 5th. But Uren's already out to a second gap. So Russ doing very well. A bit of a battle still back here in 10th with Monday. Haven't made up any spots yet.
I got back to where I started, so that's something. Yeah.
So what are we thinking at this stage, Matty?
Oh, I've got to move up and get some spots. That's what I was thinking, but I was sort of, with the start I had, I just wanted to get the rhythm and get some laps going and just keep it clean. And pick him off when I could. It's really all you can do.
Ooh, nice little move behind you there.
Yeah, Please make that work. Sing it to myself. Cracker track, this one. Absolutely really enjoyed driving here.
Yeah, I love it.
Great track.
Especially when you come through here and then over the top and you get it right. It's a rewarding bit of track.
It's a love-hate track for me. It's one that you enjoy driving, so you drive harder. Where if you wind it back a little bit, you seem to go faster around this place.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where sometimes you push the car too hard and you actually go backwards lap time.
Yeah, that mid-corner speed is grinding up to getting good speed down the straight.
Yeah, if you don't get a good X out of there, it kills you, doesn't it?
Pato under a lot of pressure from Boyce here. He's already 4.7 seconds back from A's. He's 1.4 back from Uren.
Russell saying, see you later.
Yeah, Boyce saying in the chat, Pato with his wide Mustang.
Those Mustangs do seem really wide at times.
Oh, it just dropped back a little bit. So there's Simon Pitt here. He's doing really well, tucked up behind Matty Beale. Beale goes a bit wide, opens the door up. Shuffles a few of them up. Here's Gunter now putting the pressure on Beale. And Dave Baldock putting the pressure on Gunter. Back in his D37R livery this week.
I see you got rid of those sandbags again, John.
No.
He actually went to the high performance lightweight version.
Yeah. It doesn't help when you knock 3/10 off your PB and quali puts you out of place. Oh, big tap by Baldock.
Off they go.
That's Beale in trouble.
Looks like Boyce is still having problems with that illegal Mustang in front of him.
Go hard, Pato. Keep working here. It was a great view sitting back here watching it. You can sort of see great little battle M2 right out on the left side.
Yeah, there's a bit going on there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I was out where I was you close up too, so.
Of course, Pickering right up my clacker, and then you're in the middle of this as well, Matty.
Yeah, this is I was toying with pitting, and then I got a couple of spots here and there, so I stayed out. But
Just for Baldy in the chat, I know how much you love turn 10, mate, at Road Atlanta.
One of the best corners on the track.
Yep. So everyone working hard behind that wide Mustang again.
yep, it's in the draft there.
Getting a good run out of that corner, though.
Mm. Yeah. Not making it easy.
Good shot, that one.
Hmm.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Skis, he coming? He's coming. Just slices through.
Yep. I must have 2 goes at it then too, should I? Oh, yep, I'll go.
So I managed to sneak through on Whiting. You got caught out by that. Pico nicely steps out of your way.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. I think he might have spun him up there, to be honest.
Yeah. Stepped out.
Yeah, that's it. I'll see myself, please stay over there. Don't turn the opposite direction. We made it through, so that's the main thing.
No, it's pretty scary, like, in practice. Oh, big move from Matty. You gonna make this work? No, yes, no.
No, I think I'd thought about it. Let's live to fight another lap.
Yeah, Pato, I would be doing more than throwing your mirrors away. It's early in a race. If they're stressing you out like that, mate, I would be letting them through. Tucking in behind, sitting in the draft.
Yep.
I went a little deep there. That's allowed a bit of space. They're all queuing up behind again.
Yeah, down through there, the straighter you can keep it faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was struggling through there a little bit earlier in the week in the practice sessions. I was nailing it really well, but I struggled a little bit.
Yeah, did a little bit with Blake and a little bit on his data, and it's kind of braking a lot earlier in there than what you think you got to brake. Makes a big difference, powering coming out.
you don't get it right at the top, then it just snowballs the next lot of corners.
Yeah. Here we go. This is where you ducked off.
Yeah, I felt like with Russ pulling away out the front there, he's almost just over 3 seconds. Felt like I was losing time, so but I'll jump in and put a decent amount of juice in it too. So
Phil nicely gave it up to Pickering. Bit of a concern there. And then so Boyce sitting in third. Got Hayes 9 seconds up the road. Russell another 3.7 ahead of that. Of course, Russell's first outing in the Chubby Bun livery.
That's a good pick up, that one.
yeah, I was just thinking that actually.
I did ask me about other teams. I did say they were good and decided to join us. So, yeah.
In that 50 and he signed up.
Yeah. No, he's a character, actually. He's good value. Once he realised that I wasn't Gunter.
You were relieved with that, of course.
Yeah, I was still trying to work out how I was going to get the other rig beside me so I could steer.
If you actually got that worked out and managed to get it done, I'd pay money to see that. I reckon it's a fair effort.
Drop back a bit further. Phil Whiting and Pickering still battling. He's going to go a little bit further back. Dave Holly, Adam St. John.
Battles everywhere.
Yeah.
Good to see.
That's some of our new guys. Dave, of course, one of the new boys signed up for Player One. Adam St. John tucked in behind him. Luckhurst. There's Lucky. It's got
Mr. Parent.
Mr. Perrin's in the house.
Evening, Scotty.
Evening.
Got it.
How are you?
So,
Good mate,
Luckhurst
how are you?
here under a bit of pressure from the Gunter. And I think we may have an accident sitting up on the hill here with one. And I
Yes,
think
we do.
David Logstar might be in here somewhere as well, just in front of that. So I think that brought out our first safety car, I think.
That will
Which-
open up the strategy
Yeah.
quite majorly.
Which a few people struggled to hear. And of course, some people were lucky to have already pitted, like Dave Holly, Ross Wilson, Matty Monday, Ross Watson, sorry, Matty Monday. And then others, definitely the opportunity time to drop in. So about to see a mad dash into pit lane here. So yeah, those boys not in a good way back up on the hill here. And very precarious spot, as is normally we go wide through turn 4.
Yeah, I was going to say you're almost on the
Turn 5,
just
sorry.
off the racing line. Yeah.
So you ran in the lane. This is where we saw a few things happen and change here. The lap down boys getting in and out early. And safety car out on track already. It just disappeared. So We've got Phil Whiting, who has stayed out. We have Simon Pitt, who stayed out. And then our race leader, Russell Uren, will be in third spot after doing that stop.
Speak of the devil, here he is.
Yep. How are you, Russ?
How are we, boys?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, not too bad.
Marvellous.
So, tax on to the back of the line. It was interesting last night. We had Luke doing all the radio calls instead of Blanchy.
It was quite an eventful night last night in split 3.
Of course, split 3 broadcast tomorrow night at 6:30 with Andrew Johnston. And then split 2 will be Sunday night. So I did see some pictures of flying cars, Scotty.
Oh, yeah.
You certainly did.
And Phil Whiting ducking into the pits there, so bit of a flash. So waiting for some lap traffic to be waved around as well in the form of Jeff Sanford, who, as the grill says, is about to move over. The old wave arounds.
Mr. Varga, how you doing, mate?
Good, how are you doing?
Oh,
Not bad.
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Hey, right.
How's it going?
Oh, yeah. I have to let Mandy know you're on here.
Andy already knows.
Oh,
you found me. Oh,
Yeah, I seen you pissed off. You go to the other room.
How you going, boys? Am I coming through? I was getting a bit of a repeat on the sound.
Right, all good.
I can hear you.
Yep,
Why
all
is,
good.
why's the stream having a bit of a spasm? Is that just on everyone's end?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think something to do with Gunter being in here earlier.
Well, this was definitely a race for me to forget.
Yeah, all happening at the moment. The joys of a safety car.
I wish we had one. I needed one.
Didn't get one in split 1.
No.
Ripped off.
Khalil made a little mistake, took me out. Car stalled. I was sitting there for a good 5 or 6 seconds. Couldn't get the thing started up again. Race
Ow.
to forget.
Well, lucky you get 2 drop rounds.
Yeah, well, I'll be using the other one. I'm going to go to Gold Coast.
Nice.
Russell's having a good run here, followed by Brad and Boyce.
Dave Holly sitting in 4th.
Yours truly in 7th.
Remembering the wise words a spotter once said to me about racing at this place, coming down in turn 10. Simple.
Remove sandbags, you will go faster.
No, just send it.
Yeah, just send it.
Oh, I wonder who that was.
Yeah, I knew that was.
That works, though, doesn't it?
Geez, it was a long time ago.
Is that person sounds like a pretty wise person.
And last of the waiver round's happening. Dave Holly now ducks into the lane, so that leaves Adam St John as the only one not to have done his first compulsory stop under the safety car.
Has it been like this the whole race?
It's slow under a safety car, no.
No, the jitteriness.
It's
Yeah, the sound keeps repeating like it's like 10-second delay or something.
uh,
If you got the sound up on YouTube,
Yeah.
yeah.
always
Yeah.
turn it down as low as I can go without mute.
Yeah, you can't be in broadcast and watch it from YouTube otherwise.
You get feedback.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you're too
Yeah,
far ahead.
you'll always get that.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so you're 10 seconds behind in YouTube compared to the broadcast.
We'll throw you out of whack. You should be able to see what I'm looking at on the screen I'm sharing in Discord, the OBS screen. Hopefully, Lucas about to let it rip.
Yep, here he goes.
So there you go. That earlier stop of Jeff Sanford was planned. Right. Lucas safely brings the car into the lane. So Russ has control of the field. About to go green flag racing. When's he going to go? He's off. And textbook restart by Uren. Gets a 1 or 2 car jump on Hayes.
Yeah, it's a good restart, that. Spread them out.
Yep. And became the first person in the team to listen to Gunter.
Now, you'd be happy with that.
He's gone. He's off. Showing clean set of heels. And a little battle here with Ross Watson. And good little battles further back. Anita, Matty Mills, Michael Mills.
Yeah, they're just doing well.
Having a P9.
Hey, Bulldog, jeez.
Uh-huh.
He knows that high up in the field, will you? Better get
Oh,
those
he's got
tissues out
tapped.
again, Bulldog.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Unfortunately, his nosebleed has just been fixed.
Yeah.
Yep, now bleeding from the other end.
He would have been too.
and Marcy's up in 12th.
And
Yeah, he'll do well.
Phil doing well as well. He ran already out to 1.7 seconds from Hayes. Glenn Boyce thick in the battle here as well, under high pressure from Matty Monday. The battle definitely starting to open up now.
Yeah, I was about here saying, come on boys, let's go. We got to try and keep that gap down to Russ out in front.
I'd probably enjoy being in split 4 with this. Yeah.
Couldn't have been that bad, Scotty.
Split 3 is good.
Yeah, it's good race. Close.
So Sanford in a great little battle here. His teammate in front of him, Matty Beale, just behind. Sean Slater, Phil Marsh. And Slater looking like he's on a bit of a move. Simon Pitt just behind Marshy.
Got the job done nicely.
Phil Whiting is back here, so running a little wide. So definitely thick and fast action back in this group. And back up the front, Boyce is still being monstered by the red machine.
Actually surprised to see Simon Pitt in split 4, but he would have been up there in these 3.
Who's that, Hoppy?
Simon Pitt.
Yeah, he would have had to do pre-qual, would he?
Yeah, he did pre-qual.
I'm surprised Matty Monday's up down there.
I missed quite a few races here and there over the last couple of seasons, so...
Oh, you didn't?
Been out of the rig, more or less. Probably
Yeah.
this way to explain it.
Yeah, so...
But looking like you're starting to get your rhythm back.
I reckon I've done more practice laps this season than the last 2 combined, to be honest, John, so it's it definitely helps.
Yeah. Big dive!
Yep. I reckon he might have made it a little bit easy there, just quietly. But I was coming anyway, so probably a good thing you did.
Jump back on this battle. This battle's starting to hotten up. Slater now trying to work his way through Sanford and Beale.
Yep. Good little battle, this one.
Sanford doing very well. I've got the Vermeers just in front. That's Darren, I think. Oh, they're all looking racy. More noses than a plastic surgeon clinic. Oh, that looks like that was Beale with a bit of a loose spin. 3 wide.
A bit of chaos in the background there. That's a big one.
That is huge. That is Sanford out of action. I think we've also got Sean Slater. He's stuck in the middle of the circuit. And I think Simon Pitty's in the wall as well. That is very, very big accident. So car stuck on its roof. And I believe at about this stage, we got another safety car.
Yeah.
Gonna have nightmares. Bring back nightmares from Watkins Glen.
That was very, very big. So cool.
Few the pit stops.
Yep. Round of stops coming up. Of course, coming up over the hill and come round the corner here. And it was basically coming over the crest. It was Armageddon. What the?
1,000 bits everywhere.
What the?
Jesus.
Nicely done there.
And will we ever implement what the supercars have now and bring out the old full caution yellow, full
Field yellow, yep.
Yeah.
So the top 6 cars have pitted. Mills has stayed out. Tim Vermey's staying out.
I might leave you with it. Have a good night.
No worries.
Thanks, Scotty.
There's Scotty.
I'll catch you on the track.
No worries, Scotty.
Very good one, mate.
Yep.
And where is our safety car driver, Mr. Burt? He is out there. The 750S GT3 McLaren Evo. Great looking car that it is.
We've got another update or another patch update last night, I noticed. So for those loading in next week, you will need to grab that.
Another update.
Probably another one before then too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
As long as it's not Thursday nights.
I was so annoyed. I wanted that 50 laps.
Mind you, I think every split did well, got it in without going time certain. I think Corbs looked at what I'd done with the servers and thought that, why are we starting at 650? That's weird, and then worked out what my trick was. Squeezed it all into 3 hours, so he finished just before the server shuttered.
Yep, nice job.
I'm not quite sure why practice was extended another half an hour or 40 minutes.
Why? Because to make the servers work, I couldn't start at 7:30 because you can't do half-hour allotments. So if I start at 6:50 and do a 3-hour server, so in other words, start at 7, finish at 10.
Yep. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe if we didn't have that half an hour, we could have got the full race in.
Yeah, but I don't like moving the start time forward.
Yeah, fair enough. I wasn't sure if it was that or broadcast or...
Yeah, no, it's... Don't want to bring the actual start time forward because there's a lot of guys, A, Western Australian, and B, there's a lot of other guys I know that just drop in at
right before the race.
Yeah, 20 past 8, and here they are, ready to go. They've raced home, jumped in.
Yep.
I think just as we were about to go on quali, Jeff Eddy dropped in.
That's another one.
Server, so it was really, really close to him.
Yeah.
Well, Tally normally jumps in just as quali's starting.
Yeah.
Normally a bit of a late one to come.
Yeah, so...
just to get up in the top 3.
Yeah, so I just wanted to cater for those sorts of guys. Like, bloody Jeff is getting up at like bloody 4 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning to race with us. So, you know, moving forward an extra half hour, he probably wouldn't be too happy. All the way from Akron, New York. For those who don't know where that is, it's up near Buffalo. So we actually have 2 drivers from the good old United States of America racing, and they live about 30 kilometres apart. Which a country that size would be like, wow.
What's the chances, huh?
It's virtually next door over here.
Pretty much.
I don't know what the population of Buffalo is in its outlying areas, but both are part of New York State. Not too far from Watkins Glen. Michael Mills, if you're watching, if you do your own liveries, save your TGA file as a 32-bit.
It'll take your window tint off your car that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my free tip for the night. And then if you got a MIP file, save it as a 24-bit. Just gives it that little bit of extra sheen. All right, I believe Lucas is still with us. So we're going to go one more. And the safety car will be in at the end of the next lap. So great to see new names up the front, even though Dave Holly and, of course, Michael Mills. Brad Hayes sitting in third. Of course, Hayes, he raced last season. This is his second season representing the Apex Racing League. Matty Monday from Fishy Motorsports sitting in fourth. For that big red car, I might have to call him the red herring.
We can call a lot of things, but not that, to be honest. But yeah,
Russell, you sitting in fifth. Oh, I'm just bored because we're on a safety car for how long?
Yeah.
I'll get Gunter in.
All you want.
I'll get Gunter and he can call you worse.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that, thanks.
Russell, you ran sitting in fifth. Glenn Boyce in sixth. John Van Ree in seventh. Ross Watson in eighth. Tim Hall in ninth, up 11 spots. Peter Wilkinson. Big shout out to Wilco. Listen to Wilco's podcast on my drive over to Bananbra today. Absolutely loving his V8 Vets racing at the moment. And been very interesting listening to him over the last couple of weeks following his journey into vets. So if you haven't already checked it out, get in the I'm an Apple podcast person, so get in to your podcast provider, search for Locked On Racing. And quite entertaining. Talking about his iRacing journey as the safety car is pulling away. Just give it some, Lucas.
He just wanted to stretch its legs a bit.
Yeah. Flat to the board, have a look at it go.
Definitely sounds better than the GT4 we had last season. So Michael Mills going to lead us on to the track when we go green in shortly. A few boys getting ready here. Safety car is in the lane.
I was happy with my pit stops this week. I managed to jump Russ in the lane, so I was extremely happy with that.
Did very well. I've got to actually analyse some of that. Millsy jumped so early it wasn't funny. I think he caught everybody napping. We are back green flag racing. Holly trying to hang on here. 1.5 back to Hayes. So Hayes definitely caught napping there. Monday going with him. Russell Uren is a further 1 second back. Boyce not too far behind. And then Van Ree sitting there going, oh, it's Boyce and Uren. Coming towards the last lap. Ross Watson in the thick of it. And of course, Tim Hall and Wilco rounding out the top 10. Some good little battles down the back as well. These boys all bunched up. Great little dive there from Beale. But definitely Holly under a lot of pressure from Hayes. And goes.
He's having a good look.
Good look. Backs out of it at the last second.
Yep.
Oh, a bit loose. Hang on to it.
And no, I didn't hit him.
No. I thought I'd join in and then run wide. Oh, Mills absolutely flying out front. And Wilco. He's tucked right up behind Tim Hall. Another one of the new Player One drivers. Oh, Wilco. That's what you're talking about on your podcast, buddy. Not making the mistakes.
It's just showing off doing a burnout. That's what that was.
Just wanted to play with Gunter. So Hayes under pressure now. This is about where and gets me coming out the corner. And Boyce into the thick of it. This is where I started to realise I'm probably playing out of my depth here. Hey, Boyce, he gets through. And I think I missed Russ on that last lap. Bugger.
Yeah, I think he a bit sideways coming over,
Yeah,
over the hill at the top there.
He came down through turn 10A sideways.
Yep. Yeah, because I thought, oh, don't spear me in the rear end, thanks.
Pato Pickering. Poor old Pickering been in the thick of a lot of the rivalries for a long time. Battling with Pato, battling with Bulldog.
Yep, good battle here.
Of course, Stephen Luckhurst tucked in behind these boys. And Anita just losing a spot there to Whiting. Phil starting to fight his way back in. Ross Watson getting past Holly. And Whiting putting a nice move down the hill on Anita. And under pressure from Wilco. And she's doing well, sitting in 14th.
Yeah, no, it's really good effort.
Always improving. It's going to go back. Marshy in a thick of a battle here as well. Sando getting his way through. Matty Monday still under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, it's just trying to punch out just some consistent laps and mainly kept on the black stuff, which is
2/3 of the battle.
yeah.
And just going to go back to Pico.
Battle continues.
Just dropping a kneader a little bit. He's under pressure from Wilco still. Looks like she's gone just a little deep.
Very easy to do there.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it?
Nope. I don't think she's the only person that did that last night. And Russell and Hayes side by side. Ducks in behind. Oh, a bit of tyre smoke. My lap's starting to tick down now. Lap 30 or 37.
It was about an hour I was looking at JRT and Mike only had one pit stop and I'm like, oh, I hope you're right, JRT, because you have let me down the pass before, but
Oh,
I better get the move on here a little bit.
hey, Watson having a great battle here. But Hayes still having an epic battle with Uren. And got Boyce lurking in the background.
I was quite happy with this little battle with these two, because I thought, oh, you can just hold each other up a little bit and...
Yeah, I was watching the number get bigger and bigger and bigger. Gave
Come
it
out the other
back.
side just.
And let Boise through.
There's Boise.
So, Mills pitted last on lap 12, so he's milked a fair bit out of it.
And possibly running out of tyres. Looking at that.
Yeah, that's what I was starting to think. But definitely doing well. I jump back here. Here and now having a look at Boyce. Watson all over Ross Watson all over the back of Van Ree. Peter Wilkinson trying to fight his way through here with Steve Luckhurst. Phil Whiting. And I missed it. Damn. I did do the same as you on turn 1, Anita, so apologies for missing that. It was on my list. Hey, Boise under a lot of pressure.
Get a fairly good tow along here, don't you? Look at that.
Yeah. Russell manages to hang on this time. Gets through. Next man up the road, 1.8 seconds is Hayes. So the battle is on. Still enough laps as we start lap 33 or 37. So 5 laps to go. Anybody's battle. As I think we had Vaughan there off a little bit. Jump back with Pico. He's still trying to work over Pato.
Oh, he might get him here.
Oh,
Not quite.
fight on, boys. Peter Wilkinson just behind these guys, and Phil Whiting. And Luckhurst just sitting back there in 14th. Ross Watson at the moment up 7 spots. Tim Hall back in 9th. He's up 8 spots. Of course, Michael Mills is in the lane. So Matty Monday up 9 spots is now our race leader. A nice 2.5 second gap. And then we work our way back down. Brad Hayes, Russell Uren, that gap's 1.2. Still a bit of work from Uren to get onto the back of him here. Still time on the board with 4 laps to go. We do have a slow car on the back straightaway. And that looks like a very badly damaged WKMP entry. Oh, a bit loose there from Hayes. That'll let Uren close the gap a bit.
Yep, here he comes.
As we start lap 35. Of course, fastest lap of the race so far is a 1:19.78 with Uren. So Uren is the quickest. Last time round was a 1:20.47. Hayes was a 1:21.27. So he's definitely putting his nose to the grindstone and doing quality laps.
Yeah, it's some decent speed at the end of the race there, isn't it?
I'm just going to go back to this battle. Tim Hall must fix that up. Right. Lost it all together. That's great. They're back. And Tim Hall coming down the hill. Pato going up the inside.
Oh, he's going to make
a bit messy for everybody. A few through there.
No, he's kept off the wall, so.
And Brad Hayes now is only 0.3 of a second ahead of Uren. to go back to Pickering. To Wilkinson. Pickering battle. Whiting, Pato. So these guys having a great little contest here for the back end of the top 10.
It's a battle to the death, isn't it?
Mm. Of course, Matty Monday nicely holding a 1.7 second gap. These boys here in the thick of it.
It's the longest 1.5 laps ever.
Of course, the start of the last lap, Monday in front here. So definitely a battle on. That gap closing, Matty.
Yeah, I was hoping these two would hold themselves up a little bit, but just managing it and just wanted to get it home in one piece, to be honest.
It looks like you ran with a bit more drive off the final corner.
Good run out of there, hasn't he?
Coming down the hill. So, side by side, you ran on the outside. Don't forget we switch back the other way.
Which becomes the inside.
Side by side the whole way through here. Matty Monday, though, will be the man to come across the line to take the finish. And then it'll be Russell Wren with bugger all in it. 0.086 back to third, Boyce. Boyce in fourth. Ross Watson up 8 spots in fifth. Great drive from him. Van Ree in sixth. Dave Holly from Player One brings it home in seventh, up 4 spots. Great drive from him. Gets it home in front of Phil Whiting. Steve Luckhurst from Southern Cross Racing in 9th. Carl Pickering from Pico Industries in 10th. Pato rounds out 11th. Greg Shelton in 12th. Wilco comes home in 13th. 14th is Anita. 15th, Michael Mills. And then we've got Tim Hall in 16, up 5 spots, Matty Bill in 17. Dave Baldock home in 18, Tim Vermey 19th, and Phil Marsh rounded out the top of the step. So it was a great effort from everybody in the list there. So just jump back to this for a second, put it on that, and where is the man? So the man and the myth, the legend, Matty Monday. You have come from 12th on the grid, mate, worked your way up, early pit stop, get yourself out of traffic, trying the undercut, paid off with, of course, the safety cars coming out not too long after you pitted. And then, of course, the second pit stop, probably putting in a little less fuel than the guys around you.
It was only, I think, about 14 litres or something, so it I put a bit extra in on the first stop, so it worked out well.
Yeah, it worked out very, very well. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Obviously, race control and admin, they do a cracker job week in, week out for enable us to do what we do. All the sponsors, RaceKraft, Nova, Logitech G, Parramatta, Isuzu, Ute, Player One, Chubby Buns, Sudspeed, and all the rest. And obviously all the boys at Fishy, and our sponsors, West End Motor Group, Infinity Designs, DC Shades, Whittaker Electrical Services, Battery Warehouse, Ellie Beach. So thank you very much, guys.
Too easy. And of course, the man in third was Brad Hayes, who's with us. Well done, Brad. How'd you find that one?
Yeah, it's pretty good for my first week back. I missed for round one due to being away for school holidays with my boy, so there's a little bit of a, in practice, trying to get back used to the car, even though I was only about a week out of it. Still a bit of a get back on track thing. So
that's fair enough. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just V8 Vets, the guys behind it, the race control team and Split 4. My competitors that I race against, Matty, great drive. Russell,
Yeah, thanks, mate.
great competition. It was a good battle. Me and him pretty much fought each other and took each other out of potentially winning a race against, or challenging Matt at least. And a massive shout out to my incredible sponsors for Apex Esports League, which is Pagnian, Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Fanatec, Stump Grinding, Central Coast, Razor, Chubby Buns Burgers, and W. Also, personal thanks to my personal sponsor, SMG Sports, who's been with me since I played indoor cricket and represented the state for years. And just the Apex Esports League team, it's himself and JT. So, and yeah, that's it.
Too easy. And of course, the man that was in second place was Russell, who was with us, but's not with us at the moment. But I know Russell would like to thank Wodonga Carts and Parts, Chubby Buns Burgers, Super Cheap Auto, Rebel Sports, BCF, MacPack, The Pool Guys, Adelaide, Barella Cabinets, LCG Images, Dave 37, Racing, Warboys Motorsport, Send It, Don't Bend It, Amp Air, and LGC Images. And he had a blast. I think he really thoroughly enjoyed the battle that he had with you at the end there, Brad. And he'd comment about the respectful racing, which I thought was, from what I saw from where I was sitting a bit further back, across everybody in that whole top group, I think was pretty sensational last night, because I know I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, even when I did my early pit stop and then coming back through, it was nice and clean. It really makes it so much more enjoyable when you've got those sort of on-track battles and there's no damage.
Yeah, it does make it a lot easier. And looking at the results, or thinking about the results sheet, and also the penalty sheet, not penalty sheet, well, it is penalty sheet, but the number of people that called stuff into race control, I think was a lot less than last week. So definitely a great race. I think I enjoyed it. Anita Buckland telling everybody to make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you, Anita, for reminding me. Next week, Oschersleben. It is a great little track. I think it's, how do I put it? I call it a go-kart track. It's a great little place. I got fond memories there of the first time when Vets went there. It's going to be only 200 Ks. Hopefully we don't have to amend it like we did this week. 55 laps around that place. It is going to be tough. I just don't know what your guys think about it, if you've raced there before, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, been there before. And if it's anything like the first two rounds, it's going to be a tough slog. If everyone keeps up the clean racing like we've had so far, it should be another good round. So.
Yeah, and anything Baldock says about me and Oschersleben, don't listen to it. You know what I'm talking about, Dole. Anyway, on that note, I want to say a huge thank you to the Hoff, Brad Hayes, Mark Dial, Matty Monday, Steve Varga. I think we had Scotty Perrins in for a while. Brett Russell Uren was in for a little while. Huge thank you to you guys jumping into the chat and joining us tonight. Greatly,
pleasure, mate.
Greatly appreciated. Huge thank you to the masses that we've had out in the chat typing and watching the video as well, and we brought it to you. And of course, a huge thank you to Jamie McKnight for doing our fixed setups, to Glenn Corbett for loading up all of the servers that we have throughout the week, and that is quite a few and is quite time consuming because it's not hit and repeat. You have to go through each individual one and load it. Russ is in here now. Let's try it again. Here we go. He's Russ now. Congratulations, Russ, on your P2, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
I did the sponsor shout out for you, but is there anything else you want to say about it? We'll keep moving.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. It was great to have my first race with Donga WKMP. Yeah, it was great to have my first race with WKMP, and I got a bit angry through the race, and it was actually good to have John to say, "Oi, mate, calm the fuck down."
I was more impressed he survived an hour and a half with Gunter, but anyway.
Yeah, well, you know what? I
Now you
was
know
actually
who he
distracted
actually
because I
is.
was trying to figure out who Gunter was. So
Now you know.
I just want to say, mate, I enjoyed that race so much, and thanks, Brad, for we both made so many mistakes, but we were pushing it. So
Yeah, mate, it was a great battle. Really,
And,
it was,
yeah.
probably one of the best battles I had. No,
oh, look, we both made some silly mistakes, but you know what? I love the fact we both just accepted that we were making mistakes, and no one complained about it. And then the old wily vet up the front just went through it.
Well, it was entertaining watching it in
Destroyed me on the
mirror.
pit stop. I spent about 6 hours today trying to upload apps on Stream Deck.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I tell you what, though, boys, I'm so glad to be a part of this, and it's so much fun. Thanks, guys.
Before we wrap the broadcast up, boys, I'm going to ask the question: who is the chubby bun driver of the day?
Oh, clearly it's me.
I was going to say me, and
No, I actually would have to say it's Matty Mundo. I reckon he's the driver of the day because his strategy was unbelievable, and his composure at the end was great.
thank you. That's probably a couple of seasons in Split 2 back in the day that helped me out there. So yeah, I appreciate it.
yeah, definitely second that, Matty, for sure.
Yeah, we'll give it to Matty. Well done, Matty, on that
Thanks.
one.
Section mail, John.
Of
Cheers.
course, you keep saying back in the day, I used to race Split 1 with Jamie McKnight, but hey. And Mark Dial was in Split 1 as well. Race 1 in the dark. I think he's got sleep on us.
Check Matty's net code. I reckon he might be running some cheating apps.
No, he's all right.
I can send you the image if you want.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, actually.
No, get
that. As I like to say, with that skeleton on the side of the car, there's just definitely something fishy going on.
Honestly, guys, so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a good night.
That's good.
I think I got to Glenn Corbett. I wanted to thank Reg James for doing all the graphics that we have. Reggie Boy is back. I think somebody put in the chat somewhere today about where was round one's graphics. They're coming. Reg, we gave him a weekend off. So he went over to the Grand Prix. So that's why
you won't do that again, will you?
No, I won't do that again, no. So yeah, Reg went over to the Grand Prix. So that's why we were missing some graphics, but he's playing catch up on those. And of course, I want to thank Scott Van Loon, my fellow league manager. He does a great job. A lot of ideas get bounced around and a lot of things get discussed. And of course, I'd like to thank our race control team. Of course, we're doing it with 14 people this season. When you put it across 4 splits, plus 2 DSOs, it takes an army to run things in the background across the league. We've got some very experienced people involved in that side of the league, and those guys do a sensational job. Team led by Greg Favell. So really appreciate what those guys all do as well. So huge thank you to them. And of course, I did thank everybody out in the chat. And on that note, I think we'll wrap up the broadcast and we will see everybody again next week. Thanks for watching.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. Thanks, boys.
Introducing the RaceKraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation. Yeah, we're working